today, the man with the power. So treat him well. Otherwise, he'll kick you off or something. No, we would never do such a thing.
All
But
right.
good morning, guys. Hello. Happy Monday. Give us a big wave or throw a five in the chat if you're not on camera. Grateful to have you here. Hope you had a blessed weekend. Lots shifting. Springtime. Anyone have spring break stuff around this time? I know some kids, they're all different, right? So different types of stuff. So if you have that, I hope you're having a good time with family. Also going into Easter week as well. So huge, of course. Note on that this Saturday, we won't have an academy training because it's Easter weekend. So we'll take that off. And yeah, it's going to be a good time. But with that, welcome to the IPA call. This is the income producing activity call. This is the place. I call this the heartbeat of the organization. So super proud to just be with every single one of you here. If you're newer within your first month, or if you know you have a teammate that's within the first month, let us know in the chat below. We always love to shout out and welcome our newest partners and just say hello. Can't wait to get to know you, celebrate you, and everything. And what we do on this call is we share income producing activities. So, what'd you do? So, getting a customer, getting a brand partner, and really, it's nothing too small or nothing too big. So, we want to hear from every single one of you. We'd absolutely encourage and want to hear not exactly just the whole story, like from start to finish, but like what were the important parts of what you do, the actions that led to certain results because the goal is to learn from you. And we're going to have some good times with that. So if you do have an IPA, I encourage anyone to share. On your Zoom, there is a reaction button, and then you can raise your hand, just like what Kathy Buchanan did. So absolutely. And Paula, can't wait to hear from you guys. And by the way, if on this call, the reason why it's called the Drive to Punta Cana IPA call is because we are driving to Punta Cana. Who here is ready for a vacay? Like we needed it like yesterday. 1,000%. Cindy, we're ready, sister. Yeah, so ready. This year has been crazy. Let's just say it. Let's just keep it real, in good ways and many different things going on. But we have put together a trip that every single one of us can run for, can absolutely qualify. So if you haven't opted in yet, be sure to do that. We're bringing hundreds of people together to this. And it's simple to qualify for. It's not easy, but it's simple to do. In fact, we have Katie Garner here, who just qualified. Miss Katie, congrats. Love to call you out real quick. Katie, how does it feel to be able to qualify? Because if you guys know Katie, when she first came, she has a great testimonial about what this IPA call is in. So, Katie, if you don't mind being honest with us, before you started coming onto these calls, how would you describe your mindset and where your business was at?
You're reading my mind, James. Well, until you start, I was evaluating everything actually, because that's just what I do. Until you actually get on these calls, learn from your mistakes, learn what other people are doing, learn what you should and shouldn't do. I mean, there's so many variables. You just, I'm still learning. And these calls validate the business. Um, it's it's learning. It's learning the business plan. It's learning what works, what doesn't work. I mean, it's huge. And to say that, oh, I know what I'm doing, you don't. I mean, James, you're still learning. Um, we're all still learning, and I don't think anyone is ever going to be a master at this. So you have to give yourself grace. You have to give people understanding. You have to have patience. You have to pray about it. There's so many things. I'm very humble to be in, I feel even though I qualified, I still haven't proven to myself or others that I don't want to say that I'm not worthy. I'm worthy, but do y'all know what I mean? It's I
You got a
just
lot more in your potential than you
absolutely.
know. And what it sounds like what happened is you went from not believing at all and being very not confident in yourself, doubting a lot, to now being like, dang, I'm like a badass. Like I got a lot in this. We are now known as the follow-up queen in the organization. So major congrats. How does it feel to know you're coming to Punta Cana?
I love it. And I want to say one more thing that I think is very important. When you start your health journey, you really don't believe it's going to work because so many things don't. And until you actually start seeing results for yourself, like here it is, month 6, 7, I'm starting to really lose weight. I'm starting to see what the transformation is. The same thing as the business. It's the exact same thing. So if you don't give up, you're going to get results. You're going to get results in your health. You're going to get results in your business. And that is the thought that I have for all y'all today.
Huge. Love it. Cindy, Lindsay, any notes on your guys' end? You've seen her journey since the beginning.
What I hear is it's been so much fun to watch your journey, Katie. It really has. To come in, you were filled with doubt. You were filled with doubt in yourself and what you were capable of. And just to watch this journey and this evolution of another human being. I mean, that's what we do in this industry is we help people evolve into a better version of themselves, right? It's personal development wrapped up with a paycheck, right? And we're watching that in real time in both your health and in your business. And when you say, you're kind of hesitating and you're like, I don't want to say I don't feel worthy. What I hear is you don't feel done yet. You have not reached the place that you know you're going and the place that you ultimately want to see yourself in. But I'll also tell you this, celebrate the moment that you sit in. I know we're all quick to go, yeah, that's great, but next goal. And yes, we always want to be moving the goal a little bit further and further because that keeps us going and moving forward, right? But it's also super important to like pat yourself on the back and go, I have come so far from there to here and celebrate yourself both in your health. You look phenomenal. You really, really do. You look healthy. You look happy. And to see you making these steps in your business forward and qualifying for a trip to Punta Cana, that's huge. So take a minute to celebrate yourself. And then once that minute's over, it's okay to go, okay, what's my next goal? Congratulations. We absolutely love you. And you're crushing all areas and we love it.
Thank you so much.
Congrats, congrats. Oh man. Well, we have time on the clock still. Who here is definitely for sure you're coming to Punta Cana with us, or at least you're qualifying, right? Give us a way or put a me in the comments. So if you didn't opt in yet, be sure to do that. Like absolutely everyone here can do it. Katie, you're an inspiration. You're like, if Katie can do it, we all can because you're showing that way right there. So I also want to give a couple notes. I think we need to talk about um we did a Champions Academy this last Saturday, and it was all about the shakeup that happened with Modere. If you're familiar in network marketing, there's a lot of stuff that's been happening, and it's an interesting time for network marketing as a whole. For Partner Co, multiple Modere leaders have actually already come to Partner Co, by the way, which is super cool. So they're in a really cool home now. But still, there's a lot of buzz that needs to be talked about. Like, there's a lot of things that we can unpack and understand how to, like, what does this actually mean and everything. But Cindy, Lindsay, I haven't had a chance to talk to you guys about it. You guys know you have such a heartbeat and a pulse on the entire industry. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on what's been happening, whether just with Modere or just network marketing as a whole. What does that mean for us? Yeah, we'll love to hear.
I have a lot of feelings about everything that's happening you guys know that I have a hard time being anything but transparent and real and saying what I mean and mean what I say. And I think that when shutdowns like this happen, and I've been in situations where you lose everything like that, and it's so absolutely devastating. And it's even more devastating when you feel like the entire world is swarming around you and you don't know which way's up and you don't know which way's down. And there's so many opinions and there's so many people that are viewing you as a number, because I've been looked at like that before and it doesn't feel good. So to be honest with you, I feel a bit frozen. I feel a bit frozen on social media, even because I just know that so many people are hurting, and the last thing that I want to do is make them feel like a number. So I've refrained from even mentioning it. Really, because I've been there, and I don't ever want something to land in a way that I don't want it to be accepted. And I think that things like this highlight some of the worst sides of our industry. I've been seeing a lot, Lindsay and I have, and I know a lot of you have a lot of people in our networks that were at Modair, either currently or at some point, and it's just there's so much hurt, and it's just it. I feel that all, and it's it never feels good to see a company go down, and I know that sometimes there's a tendency to, and I'm just going to say it like it is, right? I even, have done podcasts like this, there's a tendency for a small part of us sometimes to feel a little bit of, oh my gosh, might I recruit somebody that needs a home, right? Of course, there's that feeling of potential excitement, of gaining something or gaining somebody. And I just, it's just not, I don't think we sit in a great pocket right now as far as just people hurting. I do hope and pray that they all find what it is they're looking for, what it is they need. I hope that they're able to recover emotionally from this. There's so much grief involved when you lose something. So I would just urge you guys to be super, super sensitive on social media when it comes to talking about Modair. Be really, really aware of, you guys know how much we pour into our businesses and into our people. Imagine if we woke up tomorrow and this was all gone, right? How that would feel. And people have put decade into that company. I always say network marketing is like dog years, right? Every year feels like 7. So it is, I mean, their blood, sweat, tears, sacrifice, communities, networks, everything was just pulled away from them. And it's devastating. It's really, really hard stuff. And it doesn't feel good. I mean, I have literally cried tears for some of these people who I love, and it's so painful. So I don't know. I don't know if that's an answer.
Yeah.
I just feel terribly for these people. I really, really feel for them in a big way. And
Yeah.
Yeah, you go ahead, Linz.
Yeah, and I have, it's been a really hard weekend. We have I have some very, very, some of my very best friends are there. We're talking about millions of dollars being ripped away from families. It is absolutely devastating. And they're feeling like, again, they're being treated like a number. They're being treated like, oh, you got to come over here, or look at this company, or this. Guys, I'm just going to say again, Cindy and I are just going to be real with y'all. Don't do it. I wouldn't do it. It's not a smart move. They are so hurt. And relationships are, this is a relationship business, right? So years and years of relationships. And these people, I mean, they're smart. They know what's going on in the industry. They know what companies are doing what and how they're doing it, right? Your best bet is to just love your friends hard, the ones that you have relationships with. And if you don't have a relationship with them, this is the other side of the perspective I'm going to give you. There's a whole world that is your network that has no idea what Modere is. So when you go on Facebook and you're like, oh, Modere's shut down, and this, that people are like, what's Modere? And I was already a little skeptical about that industry. Now I'm like, no, thank you. Right. So just be real careful, right? Think all these things through before you go and you're out there like blasting that there's this horrible, this, that, and the other happening for this company. I wouldn't recommend it. Right. I mean, it's your social media. Please, by all means, I'm just giving you my personal opinion. People are really devastated. They're really devastated. It's a horrible time for them. So think about where you would be sitting if you were expecting even a paycheck of $500 up to $200,000 on Friday, right? It is so sad. But again, keep in mind, the majority of your network has no idea what Modere is. So keep doing your thing, keep being the light that you are, keep putting yourself out there. It's been a really traumatic weekend. I'm seeing a lot of your comments. Pray for them. They all need lots of prayers right now. Are they going to be okay? They will eventually. But a lot of us on this feed right here have been through this situation. Takes a lot of time, and it opens some really deep, dark wounds for us. And we're really hurting for them. So I hope that you guys, right? And there's probably some of you on here that are like, I don't even know what Modere is. And that's my point, right? Like that's the point, is you just keep moving and you are the light out there. And your people, your network, they will find you, and they will be, and you will find them. And you will give people an incredible home. But that would be my piece of advice, is be careful what you do kind of put out there about Modere, because I've seen some people do that, and I've seen people go, what is Modere, in the comments, and you're opening a whole nother can of worms. Right. So yeah, just love them hard right now. They need a lot of love. They need a lot of prayers. And just be the amazing humans that I know this group is. And they'll land right where they're supposed to.
Yes, and I just want to point out, even Adela Sanchez was like, I didn't know who Modere was.
That's
And
the point.
she's in the industry, guys. So when you're making a post, and this goes for really for any post that you're making to social media, Modere aside, is that you have to think about your network in its entirety. Is it going to resonate with the majority of your network in its whole entirety, right? If you're making posts about Modere and just another company bites the dust and all of this stuff, I'm going to argue that it is, even us as leaders, it's a small percentage of people who are actually in the network marketing field. We've got a great big world out there, and the last thing we want to do is shed more negative light and more obstacles and more objections in the minds of people when it comes to network marketing. So I think that's super important to keep in mind. So
yeah, and also keep in mind there are a lot of companies, and I'm just, again, a different side. Another, let's like take you guys can clearly see how emotional and upset I am for my friends, right? I'm absolutely devastated for them. But take another side of this. There are companies that shut down all day, every day, in all different industries, all day, every day, right? I mean, I have friends in other my best friend, my very best friend was in my wedding, called me last week, entire department at her company, the whole department, hundreds of people gone Friday, no paycheck, no nothing. They got rid of them. Okay. This happens all over the place. But again, just like Cindy said, when you're giving somebody that might be going, I'm seconds away from joining with Kathy Buchanan. I'm nervous. My family's been like, don't do that thing, but I'm seconds away. And then a post like that goes up, or any kind of post, or people see, they're like, oh, that's it. I can't do it. Right. It's that one thing that they can point to and go, I'm not going to do this thing that I was literally, I've been watching my friend Kathy and she's absolutely crushing it and I'm going to join her. But she sees one post from somebody else and that's that. Right. So again, anything to give somebody any reason to go, oh, I can't do it. Right. But the reality is companies shut down all day, every day, all over the world, sadly. So just, like Cindy said, keep that in mind. Your network, right? You want to keep that positivity, that light, that place of like, I have an answer for you, rather than here's another reason why you should really be careful. So that's just our 2 cents.
Such good feedback. Who here is grateful for the leadership we have here? Like heart-centered, servant-minded, wise. Like that's a very, very wise perspective to have. And it's powerful. And it's why. And the irony is feeling and doing this way, like exactly what Cindy and Lindsay just said, is actually what attracts people, unfortunately, when they're in situations like this. And we completely take recruiting out of the mindset that actually attracts, because it's a safe place. And it's just being good human beings, high integrity, and just loving people, right? And the bottom of everything that we do, down to the tracker itself, is this is a relationship building business and just loving other people. So we keep on doing the same thing, and it is happening. Couple notes on this too is we did do a academy on. If you want more details on this, and if you missed Academy, I'd highly encourage. We put all of our trainings, by the way, on the Champions Network YouTube. So we did a deep dive into what happened with Modere. We're so in line, Cindy and Lindsay, so everything's like same thing. But also, what's different about Partner Co? Like, why is it, will this happen here? No, we have a Bill of Rights. We have independently owned company, privately held. We're debt free. We're profit, like all these things. There's certain things as a company in network marketing, which is why Partner Co right now is really, really on people's radar, to the point, and I shared this in our Drive to Punta Cana chat, but Ted Newton is somebody that is well known in the space. He started a site called businessforhome.org. So he kind of consolidates all the news of all the industries. And he made this post, which is very interesting because he's not affiliated with Partner Co. But when this happened, he's an interesting guy. Some people hate him, some people don't, some people love him, right? But it's kind of cool to see that he's like, hey, Partner Co is the choice for a number of former European Modere leaders. It's like, oh, that's interesting that a non-Partner Co person that has no invested interest is saying these things. But in that, there was an interesting exchange where people are, in the comments, and Tim Sales made a post. And if you haven't read this yet, I would encourage to read it, because Tim Sales, our master distributor, gave the real details. Where did Partner Co come from? Why are things happening? Where are we going? And some real numbers and some real stats, which is super helpful and just encouraging to have as well too. Guys, we had 454,820 title advancements last year alone. So this company is exploding and it's doing some amazing things. So yes, lots of cool things happening there. Anyhow, what's going to make this all explode? Oh, and one other thing too. In the meanwhile, though, we've been talking along with the execs and the founders, like, just love the type of leadership we have from corporate. This Thursday, I alluded to this if it's possible, but it is confirmed. This Thursday, instead of this IPA call, we're going to have a prospect-facing webinar with not just John Wadsworth, and Darren Zobrist and Katie Holt Larson. So we're going to have all three. Like, that's nuts. Cindy and Lindsay have been working on a presentation and they're like doing it. It's like, man, so it's time to go super, super loud. stay tuned. I'm going to get that up ASAP, the flyers, the everything. This is going to be a whole partner co wide thing. Everyone's going to want to plug into that. So stay tuned. This is the time. Anywho, Cindy, Lindsay, any other notes on that? And then we'll get into IPAs.
Lindsay, you want me to go first? That's exciting, guys. You know, I mean, we've been waiting for quite a while for a tool that we could use that was from corporate, right? So Lindsay and I have really been behind the scenes for the last few months, really dialing in the messaging, really dialing into why people join, why people buy. And a large part of that is they buy and they join out of emotion and out of an emotion of a need that they have, right? Or a result that they want. So we wanted a tool that really met people where they were at. It spoke to the normal average person who's never done this before. Why would they join? Why would they try our products? And it feels different when it comes from the corporate team. It just does. There's more credibility there. There's more validity to the things that are being said. As amazing as the leaders are here at Partner Co., it's a different feeling and a different connection point when the tool is done and delivered by a corporate team. And we know that they're going to absolutely crush it. So we're excited for that to happen, and for this to be available to all of you guys to, yes, get on the live, but then to have this replay tool that we know is going to be super, super effective when somebody says, you know, I'm interested in the opportunity. What do you say? Well, it's going to be a quick video that they can watch, and then you can kind of follow up in the conversation. So we're excited about this. We think it'll be incredible, and it'll be a great tool for you guys to use out in the field.
Yes, I am so excited for this. And James, you said Thursday
this time. So instead of our IPA call, it's gonna be that webinar. So 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern.
And everybody can invite prospects, correct? This is a prospect. Okay, awesome. I love it. I'm so excited about it, you guys. It's going to be huge. And then we'll have this replay and you guys can use this over and over again. It's definitely going to be the thing. I know that if somebody says, what is Partner Co? Or, tell me more about Partner Co. It is the tool that we will definitely be using. So really excited that they are doing this. Yes, we've been working for this for months. So I'm really excited that it is happening on Thursday.
Timing's perfect. Yes. My goal is they're going to host it on the corporate Zoom line, meaning my goal is to have them live stream it so we can all share it onto our feeds and like all of our groups. And like, we're going to massively it's going to be crazy. So stay tuned. I'll get it down today ASAP. So anyways, sorry, I know we had a lot of announcements. It's not every day that these things happen, but our main important things on these calls are Kathy, Paula, and Kelly. So Kathy.
Hey, oh my gosh, I'm so touched by such leaders as you, James, Cindy, and Lindsay, your hearts. And if any of you did not see the Champions Academy, I had to skip out early. My grandson has first T-ball game, but I listened to the replay fully this morning. And you just want, even if it's not take Modera out of it and the focus being what we have. So powerful. So thank you for that, James. I'm a little emotional here. I was actually with Modera back in 2014, and they introduced me to social selling, and that changed the course of my network marketing. So it had a lot of impact for me. So it's tough. So anyway, my IPA, I have a dear friend that especially when I was sick, it was a time where so many people reached out to me. I mean, God is so good. And she was one that kept on of just like, how are you? How are you? Praying for you, Kathy. And we haven't been in the business since 2007, financial services, so totally different platform. But she reached out on April 5th. And so sweet. Hey, girl, I want to know more about the hormone balancing drops. Maybe anyway, family coming in, connect in the next few days. So there's that drop. It's someone I would have wanted to, but we hold back and just kind of are patient and love on them in the meantime. So we did get on phone calls. And she's not into weight loss. She's into more the hormone balancing. Weight loss would be great. So, and with my digital card, she watched Cindy's video. So when we got on the phone the second time, she's like, I recognize 90 days. Now this is it. She's not doing it for weight loss. So when she said, I understand I'll take 90 days, it's like, thank you, Jesus. I mean, she just saw the validity. And so it's like the 4-pack and look at adding Elite and Renew later. And I'm actually going to send her a travel pouch with one of each samples, just so she can have that little exposure. But a really good conversation. She's a realtor. She's 66 next month. We're like almost a year apart. And she wants an exit strategy. Now, I didn't say anything, but I did write it down, exit strategy. So it's just going to be loving on her and seeing what happens. And it's just been a plethora of people reaching out to me recently. I think you all have that too, the lows, and then all of a sudden, but it's wonderful that we have our system. It works. And I'm just blessed, and I'm blessed by you guys so much.
So love that. Lindsay.
Yes, Kathy, I love your heart. I don't know. Every time you speak, I feel just how genuine, kind, loving, like your heart for everybody that you talk to, for everybody that you contact. I love that you said, and this is something so beautiful, like you see where this person is right now, right? You listened to her journey at this very moment. And you know that she said she wants an exit strategy, but you're like, I'm going to let her kind of go through her journey at this moment. Right. But you know that. And you listen to people in such a deep way that you have the most incredible relationships. And it's always about that, right? It is always about the relationships that you have, how you love people, and when they know that they're safe. And every time you speak, Kathy, I feel that safety with you. And I know that other people feel that, which is why you continue to bring new people in, help them on their journey, to walk them through, the goals and their needs. But it's my favorite thing about you, Kathy. You are just a heart of gold, and I absolutely love you. Congratulations.
Love it. Congrats. We'll move on to Paula.
Am I unmuted?
Yes.
Okay. So I want to come to you all this morning in a posture of prayer because, well, there's just so much going on in our world. I've had so many people share things with me, which I'm not going to share because they're all very heavy things. We just need to pray for people and love people like we all are already doing. But I think we need to step up our game a little bit more in that arena. And I know that we all are capable of doing that. I want to thank each and every one of our leaders. You guys do so much. I've had jobs where I've been paid a salary and I don't feel like I got as much encouragement, support, and training as what you provide. So I want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart for that, because it's invaluable. I mean, it's just absolutely invaluable. So thank you all so much. Lindsay, Cindy, James, Becky, everybody that's helped us. And then I do have a wonderful IPA to share. The main thing I want to say with it is people are absolutely watching. So I did a vendor event on Saturday. And as I'm setting up, I had to repent because I was a little negative in my spirit about where they had placed me for this event. And I was like, oh, this is a terrible location. And I even spoke it out of my mouth to someone. So anyways, God put me where he wanted me to be because the vendor that was directly across from me, she is a nurse. Yes, we just had our nurse IPA call, which I'm going to be sending to her, or drop talk, which I'm going to be sending to her. But she immediately trusted me. She'd never seen me. We'd never spoken. She had not seen anything on Facebook. And she just said, Paula, I just want to lose weight. Tell me what I need. So I sold her a box of drops and some of Advantage. And of course, I'll be following up with her to encourage her that she needs that 4-pack because it's going to take her the 3 months to get balanced anyways. And then again, remember, I was kind of negative in my spirit about where I was located. So this couple comes in and he's done work for us. He's an electrician. So I walked over to him. I walked away from my area and he came in because his granddaughters were working this booth where they sold baked goods. So I walked over to him and I said, hey, I said, Greg, you need to try these new clean energy drinks I have. And he's like, oh, I can't have any of that. He shares with me some of his health history. And I said, well, I do have something that's for you. Long story short, he went from pre-diabetic to like a very running high blood sugars and high A1C. So he says, I can't have any of that. And I said, but I do have something you need. So he says, I got to lose weight. And I said, perfect. That's exactly what I have for you. I'm so glad that you said that. So he literally just said, I saw your stuff on Facebook. Just tell me what I need. Tell me how much I owe you. So I sent him with the drops and the Advantage, but I'm going to be following up with him because I should have also sent him with the Sugar Stop. And I had it. I don't know why I didn't, but that's great. He also won my raffle drawing, so I have to get with him anyway. So when I do, I will have that Sugar Stop with me. He paid me cash, didn't bat an eye, but he did say, I've been seeing your stuff on Facebook. And another lady who I've done some business with, she came to my booth and she said, I've been watching on Facebook. This is what I have going on. And, so I told her, I said, okay, well, I said, girlfriend, you need the 4-pack. So she said, give me your card. And I'm confident that she's going to sign up. She hasn't yet. So I know that's not an IPA, but I'll keep you updated on that. But the point of sharing with her about her is she too said, I've seen your stuff on Facebook. So she's seen it, but so 2 out of the 3 people that I spoke with that I feel like will definitely follow through. I mean, 2 of them did buy, but they saw the stuff on Facebook. So continue doing it. I know right now there's a lot going on with a lot of people, but they need our encouragement. So continue loving people, continue giving them, your lifestyle post too, because they need that, because that's positive. That's encouraging. People scroll through Facebook and they see something negative and I don't even pay attention to whatever. I just scroll past that. But if it's something, even somebody's testimony, that's positive too, because look, I mean, they're having results. I started taking the drops because my liver enzymes are significantly elevated. I didn't know I could have the other health goals. They weren't health goals because I didn't know it was possible. So we need to be, as we're taught, love on people, keep posting. People are watching. It's a matter of time. Just give them the time they need. Thank you all.
I have something to add to that. Then I'm going to hand the mic over to Kelly because I want to hear from you. I saw a post the other day, and it reminds me of this moment right here. And it made me kind of chuckle. And it started out by saying, God really, this is what it said. It said, God really do be smacking you on the back of your neck with his flip-flop sometimes.
Yes.
And it made me chuckle because I think of like a father-child relationship, right? And it went on to say, when are you just going to trust me? Right? I am your father. When are you just going to trust me? And sometimes he really do be smacking me on the neck with his flip-flop sometimes. And we all have that moment where we are smacked in the back of the neck with his flip-flop. And I love it, right? And I hear you talk about this, Paula, and it brings me back to that post that I saw, because he did place you in the best possible spot you could be, both at your vendor event and on social media, right?
Right.
People see your posts, right? Whether we know it or not, because a lot of times people are not liking it, loving it, reacting it in any way, but they are seeing it and it is resonating with them. So anyways, I just love that. I had to share that with you guys. Thank you, Paula. Congratulations. Sounds like an incredible vendor event.
It was.
Kelly Smith.
Hey, that's awesome. I love that. Congratulations, Paul. That's a fantastic story. So I made a post the other day, and I just want to draw attention to it for a second because it aligns with everything that Paula just said and Cindy. If you go to my page, it has like a little alarm photo, like a little alarm emoji or whatever, and it says last call. And basically I was saying it's the last call for anyone who wants a box of drops because I'm going to make my bulk order. I didn't think about it. It was just one of my scheduled posts. There's, I think, one comment on that post, maybe like 2 or 3 likes, like no traction at all. I sold a 4-pack from that post. So that just goes to show you that people may not comment on your stuff. They might not like it, but they're in your inbox. So keep scheduling your posts, keep doing your post because they work. So why do people do that? It's not because they don't see it. It's not because they actually don't want to buy that box. It's because they don't want anybody to know they're buying it, right? So it has nothing to do with you. So take yourself out of the equation. If you schedule a post or you make a post and you don't feel like you're getting traction, I promise you, you actually are. It's just people aren't actually pushing the like button or commenting, but maybe they'll inbox you. And maybe it won't happen the day you post it, but it'll happen a couple days later. So four boxes of drops, I have to buy a 4-pack because I sold 4. One more thing quick I want to say is sometimes we make a post about something and we don't think about it again. We don't go back and check the post. Anybody else guilty of that? I do that all the time. I have to like literally mentally tell myself to go follow up with my own stinking posts. So I would encourage you to do so because the drop talk that we had about the nurses, that day I made a last minute post before that call and asked it, like basically said, do you want to win a free box of drops? Because I wanted people to comment so I could get them on the nurses call like in 10 minutes. I still have people commenting on that post. They want a box of free drops. So I didn't even think about it. I saw someone post on it. I was like, okay, what can I do here and utilize that post again? So I have like several comments, maybe like 6, 10. So now I'm going to go back into that post and message those people, even though the drop talk is over. And that was what I initially was looking for. And I'm going to send them the video about the 4-pack. Why? Because they said they wanted a free box of drops. So I'm like repurposing those posts that we make. You have to follow up on your own social media. So I have to remind myself. So I wanted to give you guys that tip.
Genius, Lindsay.
So good. Follow up on your own social media. Kelly is another follow-up queen. Kelly and Katie, the K's, they are absolutely crushing it with the follow-up and they're so good at it. Kelly's also, again, every time you hear Kelly speak, that excitement, she's got that level of excitement, that level of posture, right? People are, I know when she sends a voice clip or she talks to somebody, they feel that, right? She has that high level of excitement. She has that high level of posture. She's sure that they are going to love the product, that they're going to get results, that they're going to get the product for free, right? It's so crucial. And Kelly continues to show up in that way. And that is why she's killing it. Their team is absolutely crushing it. So congratulations, Kelly. You always drop golden nuggets on here. We love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Love it. Man, what an IPA. This one just flew by. But what a day, what a week, what a time to be here. So thanks everybody for sharing. Right after this, if you're catching your personal development time, top of the hour, we're going to have the Mr. Dana Harper bringing a message about the company behind the hype. I'm excited to see what he's going to share on that. So be sure to tune into that. You can also catch the replays on bocpodcast.com. And outside of that, stay tuned for all the details on the prospect call that's coming. And we'll enter into a time of prayer. So if you want to linger, definitely stay on. If you want to hop off, we honor that as well too. But let's pray out. If I just, it's a weird time because while we're excited, we're also grieving. And you say to weep with those that weep. So both for those that have been impacted with the Modere shutdown, we just continue to pray for healing, restoration, peace, and a double blessing like you did for Job, Lord, over them, their families, their teams, everyone affected. We also pray because this opens up old wounds for some of us in this community as well, that you use this opportunity to bind any of that and to heal that right now. That instead of a painful point, it is a scar that we're able to build an amazing new foundation, amazing new growth as well too. We know that in resurrection week, Lord, while good things might have seemed to pass away like you did when you died on the cross, everyone thought that that was a horrible, crazy thing and that all was just going to the negative direction. But they didn't know the rest of the story, and you were resurrected, Lord. So we thank you that we have the same resurrection power that rose Jesus from the grave in each and every single one of us, and that we just pray expectantly, and we thank you in advance for the next season of blessing for every single person that's on this line. We just thank you that you give us all of that. We thank you for what you did for us. In Jesus' name, amen. Hey guys, have a great one. Love you all. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
God bless.
Bless everybody.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bless
God bless
everybody.
everyone.
Call.
Thank you.
God
Awesome
bless.
call today.
Have an amazing day.
See you. Bye.
Great call,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.